Money Mondays with Christy Lambert. I'm so excited to talk about this week's question because it puts two really important topics related to money on the table. So the question is, I just got a $5,000 bonus. How do I decide what to do with it? And what I love about this is it brings up the topic of framing effect. And we all have a natural tendency to frame things in our brain, and how we frame them is a powerful motivator for action. So let me tell you more. There was a study that was done with physicians that asked them to choose between two procedures for patients who had a terminal disease. The first procedure, patients had a 32% chance of dying within the next year. The second procedure gave patients a 68% chance of living for at least the next year. 75% of doctors chose option B, right? Not surprising, it sounds much, much better. But the truth is, they described the exact same procedure, and yet they were framed really, really differently. And we do this very same thing with money. What we do is we look at how we receive that money, and then we frame what we want to do with the money based on that. So if we received the money from a bonus check, if we received it from an inheritance, from a gift, if we found money on the street, if we have a garage sale, if we sell something on Craigslist, all that starts framing in our minds how we're going to spend the money. And the truth is, the value of $1 is the same regardless of where it comes from. And so $5 is $5 and $5,000 is $5,000. It doesn't matter that it was a bonus. And so what I want you to do is take that money off the table completely. And I want you to sit down and take a minute and write down what are your short-term and long-term financial priorities. So short-term financial priorities. In the next 6 to 12 months, what do you want to do with your money? What are your primary goals? How do you want your money to work for you? And then long-term, and what's the big picture for you? What's the ideal outcome in terms of your financial life? And then after you've come up with at least 2 to 3 things in both the short-term and the long-term category, I want you to put that money back on the table and really think about how is that money going to best serve those priorities. The second thing that's really important that I want you to address is how do you want to feel about the money? And the reason this is so important is because oftentimes when we have money from an unexpected source or even from a regular source, we want to feel abundant and joyful with it. And we think that if we feel abundant and joyful, that means going out and getting a massage, going on vacation, getting our hair done, going shopping, and that's not the case. We can choose to feel abundant and joyful regardless of how we choose to spend that money. And the reason why I like to bring up this point is because I've been there before. I've had situations where I was getting regular bonus checks every quarter, and every time one would come in, I would feel like I had to make this choice between being responsible and doing the right thing or going out and quote-unquote enjoying the money and having fun with it. And what would happen every single time is I would go out, I would spend the money, I would buy clothes, I would get massages, I would take my friends out to dinner, and I would really enjoy it in that moment. And then I would start to feel terribly guilty, and I would feel bad, and I'd feel like I wasted the money. And so the decision that I was making that I thought would bring me joy actually brought me pain and worry. So if you want to feel joyful and abundant and you're worried about how to spend that money, you will create more worry in your life. So start to think about what you can do to feel joyful and abundant about the money before you spend it, or whatever those feelings are. It might be something totally different for you, but get that on the table and start to feel that way about the money before you make the decision, and you will make a decision that will line up much more closely with how you want to feel in the long term. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this question. Please post your comments in the comments section below. If you've had this experience before, I would love to hear how you made that decision about what to do with the money. And I'd love to hear what your short-term financial goals are. Put those in the comments section as well. And then email me your money questions to christy.lambert@areyouthriving.com, and you might just be featured on the next issue of Money Mondays. Thanks so much for joining me. Can't wait to see you next week. Are you ready to improve your relationship with money, to get to the bottom of what's creating the current results that you have when it comes to money? Visit www.christylambert.com to learn more about my Inspired Money program designed to help you understand and improve your relationship with money starting today. Can't wait to hear from you.